What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today. I'm the man in the know, JNO, and welcome to my team for Game Week 23, points and performance, where we look at how my team did in Game Week 22 and try and figure out what changes we need to make going into Game Week 23 to increase our rank. Hopefully this will give you an insight into what I'm doing and help you make the transfer decisions you need to make. But before we get into this episode, I do just want to say this is being recorded at half time during the Man City and Wolves game because I won't have time for the next 2 days to actually get a video recorded. So not everything that I say will be factually correct, but all the graphics and stats on screen will be. Unfortunately, Monday night, I can't wait until after the game because I do have to put my child to bed. So we're going to get as much done as we can today, and hopefully this will help you guys out going into Game Week 23. So my live rank right now is 60 points, giving us a rank of 19,221st, which is okay. It means I'm in the top 20k. Unless something drastic changes, I imagine I will be around the top 20k mark, not too far off of the actual 20k mark. And we had some great performances, we had some surprising performances, and we had some people not really show up. But Ben Foster and Wan-Bissaka getting points despite conceding. Digne again with a double-digit haul. Mohamed Salah getting that penalty to double his captain points. Paul Pogba still looking impressive. And Leroy Sane at half-time currently sitting on 1 assist after a cross into Gabriel Jesus to score the first for Man City. And they're currently leading 2-0. So all is looking good. Of course, the glaring issue is Heung-min Son will not be available moving forward. Do we hold on to him and keep him for when he comes back, or do we transfer him out? Who knows what could happen in the Asian Cup? So I'm probably going to transfer him out, but we will decide on what we are doing in hopefully the second part of this My Team, which is of course transfer thoughts. So hopefully we still will get that video out there, but let's dive into the underlying stats for my team. We start off with the goalkeeper and defence, and we currently have Ben Foster and Wan-Bissaka on 4 points despite conceding. Ben Foster at 4.5 million getting 6 saves, meaning he still returns some points despite the fact he didn't keep a clean sheet after playing 90 minutes. And Wan-Bissaka doing the same, getting 3 bonus points despite playing 90 minutes and conceding, and also getting 1 penalty area touch and a chance created. So despite the fact that their teams conceded, Wan-Bissaka and Foster actually returning points for me, which is impressive. We also, of course, have a Digne, 5.2 million. I'll talk about him first because the other left back is pretty disappointing. 5.2 million for 12 points from 90 minutes played, 1 assist and a clean sheet in a game which after the first half I really thought Digne wasn't going to return me any points. He had no penalty area touches, but he had 2 attempts on goal, none from inside the box or on target, but also created 2 chances, both of which were big chances. Digne maybe not brought into the side for clean sheets, but definitely has a very good attacking output for a left back. So he will probably be going nowhere the way he is currently playing because he keeps returning every 3 odd games, so that is pretty good for a 5.2 million defender in that Everton side. And then Marcus Alonso, now down to 6.7 million. Let's get this over with quickly. 2 points on 90 minutes played, no clean sheet, 3 penalty area touches, 1 chance created. Just does not look like the player that started off the season getting assists for winning penalties and other such things. Also not the defender from the last season either. So Marcus Alonso probably going to make me some money to make a move elsewhere in my side. And then we have Doherty currently live. He has not done anything and is on 0 points. That will probably increase to 1 point just for having played, unless City of course go on and keep on scoring. So there's no clean sheet there, but you know what Doherty's like. There's a chance of a goal or an assist there with him, so here's fingers crossed, hoping he returns some points now that Sane's already scored. And speaking of Sane, we move on to the midfield. 9.5 million, currently sitting on 6 points thanks to that assist to Gabriel Jesus. He's looked a bit ominous outside on the left, but when he is called upon, he's looked very good. When he gets the ball, he's had a couple of dribbles going past players, looking very impressive. And also it was a quality cross into Gabriel Jesus for the goal. So it's definitely a chance that he does something else in this game as well. But he's just out so wide that when the player's on the other side of the pitch, unless he's cut in because David Silva's gone out wide, he doesn't look like he's going to get involved unless it's played out to him on the left. The other midfielders, of course, we had Heung-min Son not returning, despite Spurs having a great second half against Man United. Heung-min Son has been great in my side while it has lasted, but he is now off to the Asian Cup. 2 points from 90 minutes played, 8 penalty area touches, 2 attempts on goal, 1 from inside the box, which was also on target. 2 chances created and 1 big chance created. Heung-min Son's going to be a miss for the Spurs side and for my own side. If he wasn't going off to the Asian Cup, he wouldn't be leaving my side. It's that simple. Spurs have a great run of fixtures in the next 5. So it's unfortunate, but now the decision is, do we bring in another Spurs midfielder or do we look elsewhere? And then, of course, we have Paul Pogba, 8.5 million, midfielder in the same game as Heung-min Son, actually getting some points for me, 5 points from 90 minutes played, 1 assist, 7 penalty area touches, 6 attempts on goal, 4 from inside the box, 5 on target, 3 chances created. He looks like he's been unleashed under Solskjaer, and we all know what kind of player Paul Pogba is. We saw it in the World Cup. Now that he's been unleashed, I'm very happy to have him in my side at that price. And then we go on to the captain, Salah, 13.3 million. He seems to be back to his consistent best. 11 points, doubled up to 22 for me. 90 minutes played, 1 goal, 3 bonus points, which is unusual for Mohamed Salah. 10 penalty area touches, 3 attempts on goal, 3 from inside the box, 2 on target. 2 big chances created. 2 of those chances he had were big chances, and he created 3 chances for his teammate, Mohamed Salah. Thank you for coming back, because you were so close to leaving my side. I'm glad that transfer wasn't made before that Bournemouth fixture. And then finally we move on to the forwards. We'll start off with Aubameyang at 11.4 million. There was no return against West Ham. In fact, it was a surprising one because West Ham usually concede. Aubameyang looked okay, had chances but didn't put anything away. 2 points from 90 minutes played, 3 penalty area touches, 3 attempts on goal, 2 from inside the box, none on target, no big chances and only 1 chance created. I expect a bit more from him, but with the Harry Kane injury, it looks like it's going to be either him or Aguero if you're going for the premium priced forwards. Lukaku looks like he could be out of the picture as far as the forward line at Manchester United, so it looks like Aubameyang could be sticking in the side for a little bit longer, despite not returning points in this one. And then Raul Jimenez right now on 1 point, 6.4 million. I put him in because of how Wolves have played against the other top 6 teams, and I would have been very disappointed in myself if I didn't play Jimenez and Doherty and they'd return points. It looks unlikely that they'll return points, but you never know with Wolves. Fingers crossed he does get something, but to be honest, apart from Schindler, if I played a 5-4-1 or the 4-4-2 with Schindler playing instead of Doherty, there isn't much points difference in the way I started my starting 11. So we now move on to my Game Week 23 lineup, and with no transfers, although there will be transfers, we have Ben Foster in goal against Burnley at home, hopeful of points there. We then have Doherty against Leicester at home, Alonso against Arsenal, Alonso likely to leave though, Digne against Southampton away, and then in midfield we have Pereira against Burnley at home, Sane against Huddersfield away, Salah against Crystal Palace at home, Pogba against Brighton & Hove Albion at home, Ings, if he plays, against Everton at home, Jimenez against Leicester at home like Doherty, and Aubameyang against Chelsea at home. Now, the moves planned to make are Son out and Alonso out. That's most likely the transfers I'm going to make. Now, I could go to someone like David Luiz, which means I still have that Chelsea defensive coverage. But what I've noticed is the thing I'm missing compared to a lot of the people around me is that Liverpool defender. So Robertson could come in for Alonso. It all depends on if I need extra money for that Son transfer. Or it could be Trent Alexander-Arnold because he is that much cheaper. And then I can upgrade Son to a more expensive midfielder. Then maybe downgrade Pereira, so I have money just in case I want to bring Son back at any point. Ings is still an issue. Ideally, I didn't want him to have an injury during this run of fixtures for Southampton, but Southampton look a lot better than they have done recently. And other than that, maybe Schindler is someone I want to change for someone else. Bednarak is 3.9 million. I could save a little bit of money on a transfer that brings in Bednarak in for Schindler. So those are really the moves I'm looking to make. It could all change. There's still half a game of football to play in Game Week 22, but that's most likely what I'm planning to do. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode as always. If you have enjoyed it, please hit that like button and share out my content. It's much appreciated. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing as well. And there's various links in the description if you want to support the channel in any way. Also, to my Patreons, I am going to try and start doing some content for you guys as well. It won't be as heavily edited as this, but it will be some extra stuff to say thank you for your support, which has been much appreciated. I've been J&O, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.